Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Peabody here. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but well, I've been practicing a lot, so I just thought I'd share with you one of the ways that I generate some images, um, pretty much from my imagination. However, what you're seeing here is I found a photograph online, and I'm basically destroying the image, but I'm pulling out the colors from it to just, it makes things a lot quicker for me. I don't have to reinvent everything. I like the colors. I chose a picture that has a lot of contrast. So, so let me describe what I'm doing here. I'm just basically picking colors, and you know, I have a random brush that creates a lot of different random shapes for me, and I use this so much you can't even believe. And basically, I'm thinking about the light and the form from basically whatever I'm envisioning. And in this case, is I see a mountain, obviously, but I'm not really sure what type of a mountain. I don't know what's going on. All of this kind of evolves as the image progresses. I'm not really thinking about what I want in the foreground yet. I really have no idea. I'm just kind of letting my mind take over things. And so this is a 30-minute sketch. This is I'm zoomed out this far because I don't want to. I basically just want to focus on the big shapes here. The This is not sped up. This is actually how fast I paint. I don't care about the detail so much right now. I can zoom in later, and you'll actually see me zoom in a little bit later and start adding some of the detail. But this is just to basically establish the composition and of the painting, do some lighting decisions. You can zoom enlarge this later and really just kind of noodle the town, and just go in and just start adding all the detail that you want. You could probably go in and put some overlay some photo textures on that. I don't like doing that so much. I don't get a lot of satisfaction from overlaying other images. I like to try to paint everything myself. I do this by basically just doing studies. I'll find an image online that I like, something that I really don't know how to paint yet, and I'll paint it. And I'll do like a 30-minute sketch, not like this though. I'm actually, when I study, I'll have the original image with the painting image that I'm doing below. But my goal is not to um, duplicate everything exactly how it is. My goal is to learn how to use my brushes to capture what I'm seeing on screen. And so what you're seeing here is a product of that, a product of all my studying. I've looked at mountains before, and I know how it's supposed to look. I know how light is hitting it, and I know where to put the shadows. I know the value of those shadows. I know in the shadows they're more saturated. More importantly, I know how to use my brush to create these forms that I want. And I've become very skilled at the brushes that I use. A lot of them have been modified from brushes that I've downloaded before in the past. Some I've created myself, and I just basically I know how to use them. So I can sketch things really quick. I'm not If I use an image, I've seen a lot of wonderful um, images done online, but I look at them and they look great, but I get a little disappointed because when I see them, because I can tell that they're images. They've just kind of like been sewn together, and I don't. it's frustrating because I want to be able to create those types of images. So I want to emulate what I'm seeing from other artists, but I don't want to, just take an image and slap it in there and adjust the colors, and then my paintings are kind of bound by those photographs, and I'm not as free as I can be when I do something like that. So instead, I choose to just paint everything. It may not look as clean and polished as other artists, but you can keep going in and detailing everything out. I keep things in a rough state because I'm a little lazy, and that's just my style, I suppose, just kind of a lazy style. But the main idea is to capture the mood, capture the lighting, capture the story of the piece, and so that's what I do. And so in this image now, I've decided that it's going to be some sort of a glacier, um, or it's a glacier at the bottom of a big mountain. It's what's left over from a glacier. Glaciers, I know from past studies, are very dirty. These are snow that have been around for centuries. So I'm tending to go a little bit darker up in the front. There's a lot of melt off from the glacier here, so things you're going to see rocks and things exposed, and so that's what I'm adding in here. I don't know what else more I can say, other than I'm probably just going to stop talking here. There's not too much more I can share with you that you would benefit from. Basically, you're seeing how I generate my images, and if I like this image, I might end up going in further and detailing things out more, making it more realistic. I might use a little bit of photo texture in certain areas, but it's pretty rare that I do that. Some complicated things I might end up going in and doing that, but for the most part, everything's just hand painted. Yeah, so I don't know. Just going through, I know what glaciers are supposed to look like. I'm not using any photo reference on this, but if I want to learn how to create that glacier, then definitely just go do some search on Google, find some references, and then paint it. You don't use the photo. Just go ahead and learn how to paint it. Even if you have to break from this, go do a 30-minute sketch of that glacier. When you come back to this, you can then emulate what you just learned from that photo study. So this is how I do my work. I'm not a professional, so don't take everything that I'm saying to heart. This is just how I do things. Right now I'm trying to figure out what's going to live there in that corner. Probably now looking at it, I probably should have put it closer towards the center and to the right. It seems like everything is moving down into that point. That probably would have been a better composition, but it is what it is. So it's a sketch, and if I wanted to move things around later, I could certainly do that. I'm not wasting a lot of time, going in and just detailing out the building or the city. This ends up being a city. And you actually see, how fast I just paint the city. It's not, it's confusing. When you look at a city, it's supposed to, be a little confusing. You're not going to know what every single shape is, just like a landscape. You don't need to detail every single shape that you see there. But you do want to get the main forms down and then imply a lot of the detail. And so that's what I do here. So with that, I'm just going to stop talking. You can watch the rest of the image, and if you like what you see, subscribe. I tend to do these probably every few months or so, basically whenever I have time. So have a good day. Cheers.